Welcome one and all, how are you doing today? I hope you're all fit and well during this lockdown. So today I'm going to go on a little mini adventure, yeah? Oh, by the way, what do you think of the hair? The hair it's getting a bit wild, yes, I know, but I'm about to go on a bike ride. Yes, I've got my gear. I've got long sleeves on, long trousers on, because for me, it's a little bit cooler than normal. I'm not going to go out racing or anything. I'm going to go on a little bit of a tour. Because when I was out doing a bit of training run yesterday, I saw a particular cycleway. So I've done a bit of Googling and I'm going to take you along. It's called Route 136. There's an organisation called Sustrans, which does a lot of the cycle networks here in the UK. And it's Route 136, which here it says connects Rainham and the village of Noak Hill via Upminster. So I was cycling via Noak Hill and saw one of these signs. So I've done a bit of Googling. And here's a bit of background about Route 136. It takes you on a quiet route through the Ingrebourne Valley in the London Borough of Havering, through some lovely parks and green spaces including Hatter's Wood, Pages Wood, Gaines Parkway, Hornchurch Country Park and Rainham Recreation Ground. The pathway is known locally as the Ingrebourne Way, and the continuous traffic-free route connects the north and south of Havering. Travel from the M25, at Dagenham Park via Harold Hill, Hornchurch and Upminster to the Thames at Rainham. Yes, so I'm going to cycle along this path in Essex and continue all the way down to the River Thames. That's the plan. Let's see what happens. Let's go. So I'm just headed out now from the suburbs, East London, and head out to Noak Hill and then join that cycle path. Let's go. Oh, I just love this beautiful countryside. I just realised this is the first time I've filmed myself with a new helmet while cycling. Yeah, so this is a moment in history, and if you are looking at this, then leave a comment below, maybe saying Kask, which is the name of the brand, or helmet. Kask helmet, I think it's K-A-S-K. Yes, I love this helmet, it's so aerated and aero. Anyway, better put this away because there's a bit of traffic ahead, even though we are in the countryside. So it's a little over 20k to the cycle route, so let's go. Oh yes, so here I've arrived at Ingrebourne Way, which, as I said, is on the Sustrans. It's called Route 136, and on that sign it tells me to Thames Riverside, yeah? So I'm going to take you from here to the River Thames. It's 13 miles. I don't know how far that is in kilometres. I guess that's, 13 miles, that's 21.1 kilometres. Or is it, half marathon is 13.1. It's 21.1 kilometres, so yeah, it's thereabouts. So yeah, around 20 kilometres, yeah. Anyway, as I get my brain in gear, I'm going to have a little bit of a drink, food, and take you along this way. I'm just going to follow the signs for this. I've got no sat nav, no nothing. Hopefully the signs work, and it will get to Thames Riverside soon. Well, I've barely got going and it's just so beautiful. I had to stop and film this because cycling on this bridleway is loose gravel and stuff. On the bike and holding a camera isn't entirely safe, so yes, beautiful. I just love this already. So it's going to be quite varied, different from what I could see on the map when I did Google it. So yeah, let's get going and here's some more cyclists coming by here. Morning. Let's go. Morning, chaps. So first point of interest I come to, where there's a sign, Dagenham Park, the Manor it's called, in the London Borough of Havering. I've got to say, before I actually got here, I forgot to mention I was going through Havering Attaboa, or Havering Attaboa. I can't remember the exact name of the village, but I saw some scarecrows, some kind of scarecrow competition going on up there. I think I might have embedded some pictures that I took of those scarecrows, but yeah. But anyway, here, so walled garden, it does look pretty good. There's lots of people around here walking, obviously keeping their social distance, and you probably saw those chaps doing the cycle. It looks quite delightful. Let's continue. I'm sure we're all familiar with Central Park, New York. Well, here's Central Park, Havering. Yeah, let's get to it. Right, I've just been on what is probably the busiest part of this cycle route, but I went along the cycle path here on the footpath rather than on the main road. This is the A12, that way into central London. So it's well signposted. You just follow the footpath and it just says I'm about to go under a subway, under this main expressway here, and I can see the sign over there, and I'll go into a woods, something woods. But anyway, all looks well signposted. Let's keep going. I've just passed under first bridge. This is a railway bridge here, and I'm coming into Harold's Wood. So for those of you, if you wanted a get out clause on this route, there is a train station here called Harold's Wood Station. Okay, so let's head out that way into Harold's Wood. Don't know if you can see this, it's very peaceful and tranquil here. I've noticed a lot of the way along the route, it has a bridle way number here, so this obviously was an established bridle way many moons ago, and I'm talking quietly because it's so quiet. Anyway, let's carry on. So as you can imagine, a route this long going all the way down to River Thames, yes, there's some beautiful country parks and routes, but there's also the bits here where you go through suburbia, and I did go over a major expressway, but yeah, the signposts are pretty clear. There was only one point where I came off a bridleway and I had to cross the road, and there wasn't a sign at that point. I may have missed it, but I'm sure I looked. There was certainly signs to go the other way, so I knew it was close, but found it again and I'm back en route. Yeah, so suburbia. So I was just showing you one of the signs here. I'm heading towards Upminster. For those of you who know your London Underground tubes, that's the end of the line on the East London side for the District line, the green one for those of you. Yeah, East End London. So heading towards Upminster, and yeah, I'm just following these signs. I have to carefully look out for them, so I'm sticking to the exact route. So let's go. Flies everywhere. I'm just wondering whether I made the right decision of having long sleeves, long trousers, because it's now pretty warm. But hey, let's keep going. So I better stop. Here we are, Upminster station. So I'm going to go through Upminster. I'm going to have to keep my eyes peeled for these little road signs that say the Route 136. So fingers crossed I can follow it. Well, after a bit of weaving and winding around various suburbia roads from Upminster station, I'm now at Upminster Park. Let's follow through. Now, just give an example. With signs like this is where it can get confusing, where some locals have obviously found it a bit funny to turn the sign, so they both, one points that way, one points the other way, and I've come from a different direction. So you've got to use your bit of nous and have a look at the road markings here. And I can see that there's a cycleway marking here saying turn right that way, so it must be up that way. So the one sign is correct to head up that way, and the other one should be pointing more that way. Anyway, just to bear in mind some of these little things when you're going through suburbia, or even other areas where people maybe mess about with the signs, shall we say. Another good signpost going through the parks. There seems to be lots of routes here. I mentioned that there's clearly an established bridle way further back up there. But also here there's a couple of signs. One says London Loop and another one says the Havering Greenways. So lots of little paths that intermingled and connected to make this cycle route. So let's continue. So as I was speeding along on one particular path, I nearly missed a particular turn. So always keep an eye out for the signs. But I'm now at the next park, which is Hornchurch Country Park, still in the London Borough of Havering. And there's a sign over there saying Ingrebourne Valley Visitor Centre. Yes, so have a look. Looks really nice here. And again, being observant, vigilant for the signs. There is a little sign there saying Route 136 down that way. So that's where I'm heading. Well, I hurtled past this, so I thought I'd better stop, come back around, film it. The sign here says Battle HQ number 9. And for those of you familiar, this looks like a concrete bunker from the Second World War. So there was various defence lines built because, during the Second World War, we're getting very close to the River Thames now, that they envisaged a German encroachment with ships and stuff coming through onto the estuary, Thames Estuary, and then German troops advancing through here. So these were the defence systems all installed along the whole line, my understanding, the whole line of the Thames and the estuary to defend Great Britain against the Nazis coming across. So yeah, a bit of history here. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, look at this beautiful lake. I tell you, it's gorgeous here, gorgeous. Obviously I need to be wary of pedestrians, slow moving people, footpaths, ducks. Keeping it safe, keeping it safe. Don't know whether you can see, it says welcome to Ingrebourne Hill Bike Park. Now I'm not going to go on this bike park because it looks like it's for a mountain bike and there's various jumps. Don't think I'll be jumping on this bike somehow, but absolutely gorgeous park here. I can almost smell the Thames from here, the River Thames. Now I can see some big windmills, wind turbines I think they're called, down there towards the estuary. So let's head on and carry on. But it's absolutely gorgeous, beautiful day. And whilst it's hot here in this gear, a lot of it is under shade and trees, and it's nice and cool in there, so not too hot. But hey, my head's still cool with this helmet. Oh, not far to go. It says Rainham, 3/4 of a mile. Rainham train station. I think this one finishes at Rainham, but then it goes across the marshes as well. So I'm gonna see what I find. Right, okay, so I'm now what looks like sort of central, I think the centre of Rainham is there. There's bus stop, train station. So I'm just gonna make my way through the, I'm just gonna follow my nose. It looks like there's a cycle path here, so I'll follow that. Hopefully that's on the route. Yes, let's go. Oh, joy of joys, I've found my way, and this is Rainham train station, and it says to Rainham Marshes that way, so it looks like the cycle route around the marshes, and hopefully we'll get to see the River Thames and the birdland there. So let's go. So it looks like there's some expressway, roadway, I don't know what it is, to get across, so I'm walking up this rather than cycling up this walkway. So that's the train line there. It looks, let's see what we're going to go over. Looks like it's a main line train station, high speed one. Ah, yes, so I know what route that is. That would be the Eurostar, I think. Is it? Anyway, some high speed train track there. Yeah, so got one train track there. Actually, that might be some other. We know it's some other trains, and there's the mainline train station there, Rainham. Anyway, so this is a footbridge to get across. I can see a nice pathway straight down there, so let's go. Apparently we are here. Yes, I'm now on Rainham Marshes, and I'm gonna have a little look around because the River Thames is literally just there, so I'm going to see how close I can get to the Thames on this path. Hopefully you'll let me get real close, because it looks all pretty flat here, as estuaries do. And all I can see behind me is massive expressway. And I'm just wondering how am I going to get back home. But anyway, that's for another video. I'm going to carry on and head on down to the marshes, and let's see what's going on there. So it looks like there's a lot of it says blockhouses, targets. So that concrete munition type place that we saw earlier in that park, there's a whole cluster of them around here. Let's see if we spot any. Oh man, it's so peaceful here. All I can hear is the birds singing. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Wonderful things about nature. I got no idea what those birds are. They're making interesting noises. I'm sure a proper bird spotter would know what they all were. Some what name? Willow, Buddleby, whatever. I can't remember the names of these types of birds that you find in marshes and wetlands. Warblers, that's what they're called, yeah. Willy warblers. Anyway. Traffic free. Be great for running around here as well, but it's just getting to here, that's the issue. I suppose I could get a train to Rainham and then just run around the marshes. There's a thought. Anyway, have a look across the marshes there. You see those wind turbines? Anyway, let's crack on. Just in case you're wondering, there are still signs saying Route 136. Haven't got to the end yet. Let's keep going. Right, I have, yes, as you can see from those signs, it said meet the crew, Captain Jack's ship, Sea Raider. Yes, I've arrived at the River Thames. Oh yes. So let me take you a bit closer, because obviously being on this GoPro, yeah, it'll be a bit expanse. But anyway, have a quick look at this expanse here. Can't believe it, finally here. Anyway, let's get a bit closer. So yes, my friends, this is it. This is the end of the route. I've reached the Thames. There's so many signs here. I'm lofted a lookout. There's lots of pirate signs here. But right behind me here is some historic boats. These are the concrete barges that were used during the Second World War, and they're just left here now. Part of the Thames Estuary history. But there's a little thing here I want to read to you, because it did make me chuckle. Right, chaps. There's all the way around there's a footpath, so obviously there's a route you can go for a walk along. But there's a poem here. Bob the boatswain had a notion, one day he'd build a ship. He ordered the wood from Wicks, but instead they delivered bricks, so it sunk. Anyway, yes, there's even I can see a statue in the distance there that looks like a deep diving type chap gear. Very big statue on the sand there. But yeah, this is Thames Estuary. Absolutely beautiful. I hope you've enjoyed this route. It is literally bang on 20 kilometers. It did say the route would take an hour on the website, but for me it took an hour and a half. But then I did do a lot of stopping and starting and observations and stuff, and obviously doing the picturing for you. So allow for that, and also allow, as I said, if you're planning on doing this route, Route 136, when you're here actually on the marshes, it's Route 13, but it still says Route 136, and I'll show you the sign that shows both. But it's a great route, but it's the getting to and from. Now I guess I can go to Rainham train station and head back from there, or what you could do an out and back I guess. So you could get to Rainham train station and then start your way up, because it did seem predominantly downhill for me. So you could do your way up and then get to the end over by Havering, yeah, at the top end, and then turn around and come all the way back. And that would be quite a lovely route to do, out and back, or just sections of it. But it is gorgeous. Obviously Rainham station doesn't start actually here, it's further back, but definitely recommend it, and I think it's gorgeous. But let me show you the sign. So here, yeah, so you can see Route 13 and Route 136. So this particular mini route is Route 13, but they've encompassed it as part of 136 loop as well. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this in some way. If you have, give it a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you at the next Donny G Adventures. Oh yeah, and leave a comments below any suggestions where I think you should go. Do. Love you all. Bye bye. Sorry, I'm having a giggle here. There's a guy, right, it says here red lights mean stop, yeah? So there's a train going to be coming through here. There was a guy climbing over the barrier, and some of the Network Rail staff stopped him and coming across. Anyway, for those of you who are still here, yes, the main video has finished, so I'm just having a bit of refuel, plot out my route back. But it's so tempting being here at the train station to just get the train back. It's not that far, but it's just winding through all these areas. I don't know if the sat nav's working, red lights and all that, which I don't really like. But anyway, that's commuter cycling. I'm not really into that. Anyway, thank you for watching. I really do have to finish this, really do have to go, whilst I watch that guy arguing with the Network Rail staff of why he can't jump over the barriers, and attempt to yeah, not good at all. The sat nav has sent me down obviously a quiet road, but all I've got is these. Speed bumps every like 20 yards. Oh god, oh my ass hurts. Anyway, enough detail. What's happened to my hair? It's gone crazy. Yes, long hair. I think this needs a cut. What do you think? Maybe not, because it will calm down in a bit and settle down. But yeah, leave some comments below. What do you think I should do with this hair once the barber's open? I think it's July here in the UK, so it's nearly, well, that's like 3 weeks. Can I cope?